Hey guys, what is up? My name is Mark and welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we are going to be tackling 3 different lenses that are both budget friendly and compact for the Sony A7C. But before we begin, let me give you a little bit of context. The Sony A7C, as we all know, is a very small and compact camera. That's why it's called the A7C. The C stands for compact. But some people tend to put heavy lenses on it, and it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a full frame compact camera. So without further ado, let's go through the top 3 lenses, in my opinion, that are both budget friendly and compact. The first lens on our list is none other than the Sony 28-60 f4.5 to 5.6. Geez guys, I really like this lens. Whenever I go out and I don't know what I'm going to shoot, there's a high chance that this is going to be on my Sony A7C. The size and form factor of this is really good, is good for walk around. The only disadvantage of this is probably the variable aperture and the variable low aperture, which is only 4.5 to 5.6, which means this is not going to do so well in low light. But as long as you shoot between morning to afternoon, you're going to be totally fine, right? So this is currently Sony's, or the world's smallest full frame zoom lens as of now, because the other compact zoom lens that Sony has is the 28-70, which is a lot bigger than this. So one of the strengths of the Sony 28-60, it's its ability to be able to shrink down into a much smaller lens. And when you do need to use it, all you need to do is just spin the zoom ring, and then you can pop back up the lens and it's ready to go. And lens number 2 on our most budget friendly and compact lenses for the Sony A7C is none other than the Samyang 35mm f2.8. This thing is tiny. It is even smaller than the 28-60 from Sony. This thing is what you call a pancake lens. And the strength of this over the 28-60 is that this has an f2.8 aperture, which means you get that nice bokeh, which means like the creamy background that you're seeing right now. The reason why the background is a little bit blurred because I'm using a 2.8 lens. So the advantage of this, yes, you do get a little bit bokeh, which means it'll also perform better in low light. So the only drawback I see myself having with the Samyang 35mm f2.8 is the fact that it does not zoom. It is not a zoom lens, it is simply a prime lens. So yeah, don't be lazy. All you need to do is move your feet, walk forward or walk back, and then you can achieve similar results. And last but not the least, we have the Sony 50mm f1.8. So every camera system has their own version of a nifty 50, which is their budget-friendly 50mm lens with a 1.8 aperture. So this is Sony's version. So the advantage of this is that you do get a focal length of 50mm, but you get the 1.8 aperture, which does so good in low light, guys. So if you never tried 1.8 before, this will blow your mind, because once you jump from f2.8 to this, you'll never go back. But then again, this is a little bit tighter than the 35mm f2.8, so you do have to go a little bit more back to get everything in the shot. So the weight of the Sony 50mm f1.8 is 186 grams. It is about 20 grams more than the Sony 28-60, which means it's still light. It is still sub 200 grams. So the 50mm f1.8 is definitely the lens that I would bring out at night. If I know I'm going to be shooting at night, this is going to be on my camera. There's no way I'm going to go out with a 28-60 f4.5 to 5.6 or 35 f2.8. I think even 2.8 is still not enough in low light. So 50mm 1.8 is the way to go. The only disadvantage of this lens is that 50mm is a bit tight. If you do want to do a group shot, let's pretend like 5 to 6 people, you really have to move more back to get most of the people in the shot. So those were the best compact and budget-friendly lenses for the Sony A7C, in my opinion. I based everything off of price, the size, the weight, the form factor, and the footprint. So let's talk about price really quick. If we were to rank them from cheapest to most expensive, the cheapest is definitely the Samyang 35mm f2.8. This costs about only $220 US, and that is the cheapest one out there. If you are looking for the best bang for buck lens, it's definitely the Samyang 35mm f2.8. And if you have 30 more bucks to spare, then you can definitely buy the Sony 50mm f1.8, which is priced at about $250 US on Amazon. And if you double the price of the Sony 50mm f1.8, you can buy the Sony 28-60 at $500 US. Yep, it's a little bit expensive, but then again, it really holds the title of world's smallest full-frame zoom lens. So these are the top 3 lenses that I think you'll never outgrow. As you upgrade your kit or you change cameras, as long as you stay within the same Sony system, these lenses will really stay, and I think they will not depreciate that fast. These are the lenses that will always have a special place in my heart and my camera bag because they are just so small and compact, and none of them broke the bank. So that's it for me, guys. If you have any questions regarding these 3 lenses, please comment down below and I'll try to help you guys out. Fellow Sony A7C shooters out there, feel free to shoot me up questions or any comments you have regarding this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.